Hey everybody, this is Zeke. Thanks so much for clicking on another episode of the Peace Pod. We greatly appreciate it. For your information, we watch episodes of One Piece on Verve and Crunchyroll. This is not a sponsor. They're not paying us to say all this. This is just a way for you to watch the show so that you can sync the timer up with us and watch along with us. We watch the HD version of the show. You can watch a standard def, that's fine. Just know that the timer won't be automatically at the same time as ours. You're going to have to do a little bit of math with that. But with all that being said, that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching once again. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and enjoy the show.
Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to One Piece of Podcast. That kind of rhymed. We're on episode 57.
I forgot about this opening.
Yeah. We're on episode 57 of One Piece of Podcast, episode 174 of One Piece. I am Liam.
Hello, Liam. Am I the audience? The pause after your own name is new. Yo. It's like, imagine if you're the host of a fucking talk show and you're like, hello everyone, I'm this. And then you wait for them to applaud you. I'm like, this is kind of new. The guest is just sitting outside like, motherfucker. Anyway, hello, I'm Zeke. I will wait for applause. Thank you. We should go live.
Okay.
Dude, in the future, if we catch up to Oda, which I think we definitely are, we should definitely go live with some of these.
Oh yeah, they've been doing so many breaks for One Piece that it's like, I'm surprised we're not cut up already.
Oh well, I mean, we're doing the math and we're hitting a good point where we could definitely record some episodes.
Yeah,
we could definitely start, bomb rushing some of these arcs.
Anyways, I don't know what to go on from that. That was kind of.
Well, what we need the show. We need a showrunner to hold up prompts so that we can tell what we need to go off of, and then what the audience needs to react to, and then that's how we could just do our shows.
Oh. Here, I'll make Zeke a little more annoyed. Have you guys read the news chapter of One Piece? I think it's 1043. Oh my god. Crazy shit's happening.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I had to unsubscribe from everything anime on social media. Because Liam told me, hey, shit is not safe online for you. I'm like, oh, it's not safe, huh? He's like, yeah, it's not safe. One Piece is doing some ignorant... Or not One Piece, but the fan base is doing some ignorant type stuff right now where you probably don't want to be like anywhere close to anime stuff. I'm like, gotcha. I've already been pissed at Crunchyroll's YouTube channels because even though I was subscribed, I never really watched the channel, but it never failed that thumbnails from current seasons of shows would just pop up on my feed, and I'm just like, what are we doing? This happened like a week ago. Why are you saying this right now? Like, why are you showing this to people? It's crazy.
Yep.
Actual no chill.
So, yeah, good stuff is happening. A lot of people's theories are coming true, which is really shocking as well. So, I don't know, something I wanted to gently bring up because it was the topic. We were talking about Dr. Stone, because apparently Dr. Stone is ending.
Don't date us.
Stone. Dr. Stone's over.
You dated us so badly. Well, I mean, I guess we just date ourselves sometimes anyway, just by
always.
talking. We date ourselves.
It's always me as well.
Yeah, it's Dr. Stone's ending this week. And then as this comes out in like April, you're like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, the chapter that I was talking about, 1043, we probably, like, by the time this comes out, there might be like 3 or 4 more chapters that have come out since. So...
Yo, shout out to My Hero when Deku's just bandaged into a hospital bed.
Right?
From head to toe, he's just bandaged. Just
remember that one chapter that came out yesterday? Not actual, where Midori just got his head walled off. That's the end of One Piece. Sorry, My Hero.
Oh, I forgot they got this kid out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's baby Nami.
Her waiver broke down as we passed. You would think that they wouldn't call it a sky shark, that they would just call it a shark.
That's a good question. No, you're right. That's a very good question. I feel like they don't really know what they want to do in this arc.
Because it feels like, oh, there was a sky shark. At their point, since they've never been down to the Blue Sea, they should just call it a shark.
I don't know why I said question. That's a really good statement and observation by you. You didn't really pose a question. You kind of just
makes it sound like I don't. Makes it sound like I don't oppose good thoughts or opinions.
By just saying that what you did was good?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're part of the generation that needs constant thanks and
I need constant apparel. Not apparel. Wow. I need
constant.
Thank you.
Appraisal? Do you want me to appraise you, Liam? do you want me to see what grade quality is Liam right now?
What's my drip? Rate me.
What's your drip? Yeah, exactly.
I'm wearing pajamas.
We should create avatars. We should create online avatars and just put them onto our videos.
We were originally going to be doing that. I just haven't gotten around to drawing anything.
No, I meant how for the iPhone when you do those emoji things and you can mask onto your face.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking of. Like virtual people.
Yeah, that's something we could always do.
I feel like that's a lot of work though, but I don't know. Hey, what up? Zorro gets a pet? Give him some food. He'll be your pet. You can ride him. You can ride him around the island. That makes your search way quicker.
Oh.
You really ate all of that? Zorro, you could have rode on his back. It could have been your animal. That's very weird angle. He's pointing south, isn't he?
Yeah.
His neck's about to snap off. So he can walk while facing the wrong... Okay, there we go.
I mean, it's probably something that they probably mastered growing up.
Oh, that hurts my neck.
The bird's just like, what? Only 5 of the 81 people on the island will be standing in 3 hours.
I forgot about this plot. This plot is stupid. I forgot about it.
Yeah, Battle Royale.
I love his thunder and lightning abilities, but everything about him sucks. They need another person to have lightning abilities besides him.
I mean, it really makes him feel like a god, though, at least.
As a sidebar, I love how this episode's going to be terrible to edit, and it's mine.
The dog noises.
Sidebars is now over.
I had to do that for the last couple episodes of One Piece of Podcast. It was terrible. I was coughing and sneezing all over the place.
Well, I guess the fucking sidebar is done now. It's we're still talking about it, so I guess I'm going to keep it all in. I don't get why he's harassing Robin. She's not a part of any of this. I don't know why he's harassing Robin. And it's never I wasn't paying attention, obviously, from the past couple episodes, but I feel like she even told him, I don't care about this battle, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he's just just ignoring her. This is definitely the first look into Robin's motives for a lot of things.
History.
A more in-depth look, I should say.
Yeah.
They teased it in Alabasta, but we also dealt with a stupid crocodile.
Now he stops. Great. Oh, there's the Triforce. Oh, okay.
Yo, this man literally is like Rhino from Spider-Man. It's stupid.
Yeah. Wow, you can imagine how much pain she was in trying to, trying to claim that history with the poneglyph, and now watching all of this history just get destroyed as this guy's trying to kill her. That'd suck.
So I know I shouldn't know this, but didn't the Marine demolish a lot of the ancient stuff. Like they purposely wiped out a lot of shit.
They purposely went out of their way to blow up islands and remove history.
I know I'm not supposed to know that comment section. I'm sorry, but I know a little bit of like Robin's history specifically.
Really?
No, it was just that one part with the marine destroying shit.
Oh, the destruction of history and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because like clearly anyone who's watching for the first time right now wouldn't know that the Marines had anything to do with like the lost history. But because I do, I had to like clarify. Yeah, sorry, I know that, and I don't know if it gets explained later on about. Oh yeah, the Marines like fuck shit up. Like I don't know if that gets explained.
It gets explained soon.
Oh, okay.
Dummy.
Oh, this man's no neck Ed.
He only has 2 chins too.
I feel like no neck Ed's had like 3 different name drops on this. All by me, by the way. It's like obviously.
Yeah.
I still don't think Liam knows who no neck Ed is.
You said it in one video, and then I went to go look it up, and then I didn't press enter.
I also included his face in the episode where we first name drop him, so I included a screenshot of him.
Yeah. No, I knew who that guy is. The guy that puts mayonnaise into his hair.
He used to. He's changed.
Sure. Has he lost weight too?
Oh, wow. She has to have her arms crossed like that the whole time? So she crosses her arms and that like is part of her fruit ability? Like she has to do that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Des FLEUME.
Oh, and has he lost weight? No, he's still like shaped like a boulder. He's shaped like this guy. Like I'm telling you, like this is no neck Ed.
It kind of is. Yeah, just obviously this guy is way bigger. Oh wow, he actually has lost weight.
I didn't think he was that fat. I thought he was pretty consistently the same size.
No neck Ed, whatever his name is, he's actually been losing weight and working out.
Oh, okay.
Good for him.
All right. Checkmate from this plot. Can we move on? Another one bites the dust. Dun,
another one down.
Another one bites the dust.
Ooh. Oh,
she doesn't have to cross her arms at all. She just does it. Like she just poses.
I guess so. I guess I've never actively like paid attention. I've always seen her cross her arms.
I guess if she really has to concentrate, she'll do her like pose.
I guess that makes sense. Maybe if she wants to do like bigger like things, maybe.
It doesn't make sense, but if that's what like constricts her on her fruit, then so be it. There's a lot of things involving devil fruits that don't make sense, but they have to just do it anyway. Yeah, see, she's not doing anything with her arms being crossed.
Damn, look at that. She's just like...
Now she's doing it. So I guess like her ultimate power, she needs to cross her arms for.
Or maybe if she wanted to do like more complex things.
Yeah. Again, why? Because Oda wants to. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason for her crossing it like that. Or I guess it's supposed to symbolize her flower. Like that's the flower pose.
That would make sense. I could see that.
Since like all of her stuff blooms in like flower petals. Oh, there you go. There's your favorite thing.
Clutch. It's her signature move.
This is the first time in the show she says it. Because I don't think the bird one you were waiting for, and you were so disappointed that she never said clutch.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
this is the first time she says clutch right here on Sky Island, which is easily forgettable. It's easily forgettable. Yeah. It all makes sense. That's why you were so confused. You're like, wait, how late does she do it? Because everyone thinks this is filler. What if, like, after Alabasta, Oda was so burnt out, he said, I'm just going to make a whole season and pretend that it's canon.
That's what I feel about like the next season or the next arc.
Oh no!
It just feels so left wing.
Oh no!
Not left wing. That's very like
political.
Political. Sorry, I mean like it comes out of nowhere.
One Piece politics. That's gonna be a thumbnail. Let's make that a title. One Piece politics.
Yeah, it works.
Left wing on Long Island.
It just comes out of left wind, left. It just comes out of left field. There you go. It just comes out of left field. It's just
Liam knows sports.
Shit. I know sports. I just have to think about it. Give me a minute.
Liam, the sports guy.
I did play baseball for like 5 years, so I should know things.
The flex.
The hard flex. Clutch.
Oh yeah, this is also coming from the guy who like could do like 100 push-ups.
I can.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, start flexing, Liam. Let the people know.
I could actually do more than 100.
Oh, sheesh.
It was just a little bit more than 100, but after doing push-ups for a couple of weeks and then going into the class to
he
face off against your teacher.
He once broke. Wait, hold up. Let me give it the credit that you deserve. He once broke an adult man down to the size of a blubbering baby, all because of a push-up battle. He made this man become so petty that all the students in the class were actually sad for him. They were sad for the adult teacher because of all the shit talking, and for this high school kid to walk up there and say, "Yeah, I'll challenge you," and not back down. I'm like, bro, that adult teacher he's actually a fool. Right?
I can explain the story a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So this was in high school. This was in my PE class. I think this was his junior or senior year. I think it was senior year because that's kind of remember. I want to say his name so badly because I could
don't do it.
Flying. I could care less about him.
Be better.
But anyways, we were doing exercises. We were doing the warm-ups, and he was yelling at everybody, saying, "Hey, when you do a push-up, you have to go all the way down, and you have to come all the way back up." And then you look at this guy, and he's sitting there, he does 20 push-ups in like 5 seconds, and he's sitting there, he's just going, he's not going all the way down at all.
Terrible form.
He's literally, it's like he called it the military push-up.
It's
like, okay, if you do a military push-up, you're going all the way down, and you're coming all the way back up.
And you'll pause. You'll actually pause on the way down to like really activate your muscles before rising back up.
Right? So I looked at him and I was like, hey, if you're going to yell at us to do push-ups all the way down, all the way back up, you have to do it going all the way down, all the way back up. And he looked at me and he said, no, I don't have to because this is a push-up. And everybody was like, whoa, no, Liam's right. You should be going all the way down and doing a proper push-up. And so that day he started doing proper push-ups and I said, dude, look, if you could go do your push-ups, but I'll challenge you. I'll happily take you on that doing a proper push-up is the way that you should be doing it. And he was like, okay, fine, we'll do it. In a week, we'll come back here and we'll do a push-up challenge. And I was like, great, because if you say you could do all those push-ups, then you might as well prove it by doing actual push-ups. So literally 2 weeks go by because he didn't want to do it 1 week. 2 weeks go by and I'm sitting here every night before I go to bed and every time I wake up, I'm sitting there just doing push-ups because I want to prove this guy wrong because I hate this guy like crazy. And we get into the class, and it's finally the day where I'm like, okay, hey, let's do the push-ups. And he looks at me, and he's like, no, I'm not doing no push-ups. And it's like, what do you mean? And it's like, we made this bet, and everybody in the class was like, yeah, you guys said that you guys would do the push-up thing. And we were like, yeah. So I get down, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do push-ups. And he's like, okay, fine, we'll do the push-ups. And I was like, okay, let's settle some quick rules, no half-assing. And he was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. If you want to set up rules, then I'm going to leave. And then he just walks off, and everybody in the class is just like, whoa, what the hell, dude? So he just didn't want to follow any rules when doing push-ups because he was going to half-ass the push-ups while I was sitting there doing proper push-ups. It pissed me off so much.
I'm shaking my head. Absolutely just a terrible, terrible teacher. The epitome of gym teacher who was so out of shape, he should not be anywhere close to a gym class. He's also one of those teachers that would actively make fun of kids that, he thought were nerds or geeks. He was like a Did he have a gut
teacher? No, he was actually he also did like he taught the PE class and then he also taught like a weightlifting class, so he also lifted weights. He didn't really have a gut.
So he was just like a stupid Okay, but he was like a meathead kind of guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just annoying asshole. This has nothing to do with Robin finding the city of gold.
Oh, and like you said, he was like making fun of nerds and stuff, which is terrible.
Yeah, he made fun of nerds. He made fun of kids with disabilities. He kind of just went out of his way to make that type of stuff and essentially like associate with them, but not all at the same time. I hated it. It was so annoying.
Do you think he's still teaching?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
When what was it? The other guy that lives in this house, when he graduated a couple years ago, I think it was actually a year ago. He was still teaching there. So
that is sad.
Just a complete and utter asshole.
It's always those type of teachers that just sticks around, huh? It's like good teachers never last. It's always the assholes that stick around.
I think he's in his like mid-60s. So, like, there's no reason why he should still be teaching, or at least the way that he is teaching. You think that he would learn some... Oh my god, I wonder what he would have been like during the pandemic. Oh my god, that would
Jim even matter during the pandemic? Oh, they did. They still had classes. They had the webcams on.
Right? Oh, that would have been on and terrible. Did their own little...
Imagine having to have your computer in front of you and go through, like, drills.
Like, that'd be terrible.
That is terrible. Ugh.
I would be in bed with the webcam on, just laying and sleeping.
You would just take your
F. I wouldn't care. I would have just
take my F.
If PE's that early in the morning, nah, I'm sleeping. People can watch me sleep. I don't care.
Because it's different when you're actually in the class with PE. You actually feel motivated to like do something.
Yeah.
But if you're in your own house and it's like you don't have a space properly for PE, because like a lot of places, what are you gonna do in PE? And what if people who lived in apartments, they're like, am I going to have a noise complaint because I'm doing a class right now? Like, it's terrible.
Right?
Schools don't think about this stuff. They barely survived during the pandemic, which is still like, I guess it's like we're ending it a little bit now, especially in this state with it's like the mandates are starting to
right.
Be relaxed.
Actually, nobody understood what the mask mandate was, especially when it got removed. If you work in a business, you still have to wear a mask.
The employees do.
Yeah, the employees do.
Is it like business by business, though, if they force a person to come in to mask up?
Well, at least where I work, it's you have to you can take your mask off if you have the shot and the booster. But that's, yeah. It's weird.
Next episode. While as we don't talk about masks in the next episode. Welcome back, everyone. Because it's 3D map, though, it's like it was so tough to look at and know where I was on the map when fighting people. So I was like, there's a lot of stuff that they could do and like a sequel to this, and don't know if they'll ever get one because it depends on Japan, not really anywhere else. It just depends on Japan.
That makes sense. We were talking about triangle strategy, by the way.
I got 5 parts on my channel. You can look at it or not. It's up to you. The first part got a lot of views, like it usually does, but then after that, a sharp drop off. Makes me wonder how YouTubers that play games even thrive on this platform, to be honest with you. It's like people don't have time to be watching multiple parts of videos, so I don't know how they get views. They have to do a lot of, you know what? They have to do a lot of work, man. They do so much work and put in so much time. And at the end of the day, they don't show everything. Like, it turns out people who are on this platform, they don't want to watch a playthrough. They just want to watch you experience the game, even if it's like a jumbled mess, where it's like you're not following the plot. You're just going to doing different things or whatever. And I'm just like, that's not... It's like, damn, that's just a different way of experiencing shit that I'm used to.
It comes down to like your experience.
Yeah, people can
just
care
want
less
to see
about
your
story,
reaction,
which hurts me on a fundamental level that people just don't care about story anymore. Just the gaming culture lost me a long time ago. Like they just want to play Fortnite and just be a shooter. I'm like, where's the story? Right? Where's the art? Where's the love?
Yeah, with a lot of like current stuff, if you were to do a playlist, you would be appealing to a little bit older of an audience.
Yeah. But
So,
even they don't care anymore. It's just because like the older audience is off, trying to live a life and earn money. So like my sweet spot would have been when I was like in high school, college, just making the videos for people who were also like me in high school and college.
yep.
So it's just a shame that the people who would have liked my content are busy working because we're all in the working age.
Well, luckily, a lot of the time, I feel like a lot of longer playthroughs are good for that people like to watch or enjoy because it all comes down to just having something running in the background where you're doing something. The idea of multitasking, the idea of having television on while you're doing stuff is kind of something that a lot of people did while they were growing up when it came to schoolwork. So,
Yeah, but no one even does school anymore.
that's true.
I don't even know what kids in school do nowadays because they're not getting smarter. So like, I don't know what they're doing half the day. I really don't.
I feel
I
like
don't
a
think
lot
they
of the
could tell me.
time,
I think if I asked a kid, what did you do in school? They'd be like, I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I feel like a lot of time, a lot of that stuff of what kids are doing in school also comes down to social media and the influence of social media and what that has on what kids do in school. Because a lot of time when you see a lot of videos of kids trying to like go against the ideals of like teachers and like them teaching in general, and it's just really hard to watch some of them because teachers, they get paid really low amount of money and they don't have the best income and they're trying to teach kids that just don't want to be there or at least don't want to participate or at least don't want to do anything in a way. And then when
I already had a rant on school probably early on that was recorded, but I'll just do it again. The fact that you can't kick kids out of school has ruined a lot of education. Like I think it was like a mandate like a decade ago or whatever that the White House did with like that whole like initiative of keeping kids in school and not letting them like drop out or anything like that. And I'm just like, you're not penalizing anyone, or no, wait, sorry, you're penalizing the kids who want to be there and learn. Like with what you're doing, you're just penalizing the good ones. The bad ones are gonna stay bad. Yeah. They're just going to stay bad. You're not getting to the root of the problem. The root of the problem most likely is going to be a home issue. And, education has no power over that. So what you're doing is you're just not solving anything. You actually created a new problem, which is now the whole class is disruptive instead of just that one kid that you can kick out. Now you can't kick him out. So the whole class is disruptive now. Congratulations. You got a whole class of idiots because no one's going to be able to learn.
Yep. That is essentially just how schools have kind of evolved.
And it's all because of White House being so out of touch with what really is going on in classrooms. Because they have never, so many people in like government have never touched the poverty line. Never. And to have them oversee so much and have them affect so much in everyday life is laughable because they are so detached from everyday life. It's just... It baffles me that this system has taken this long to start collapsing. It should have been collapsing a lot earlier.
Yep. And also that comes down to a lot of what school currently does because it's still set up for factory work and like line working. I don't remember what that's called specifically, but it's like working a line. So you're just kind of just doing the same thing over and over again.
I don't think school hasn't been updated for a while because it just can't. It can't update because they're so focused on just creating a baseline level of education that's easy to teach to anyone. Like it's so much like they have their hands tied because what if a kid is more gifted in this area than this? Oh well, the kid has to suffer and go through everything because that's what everyone has to go through. It's the curriculum. It's very generic and doesn't allow for a kid to actually look into what they want to do. That's why if I ever tell young kids, it's like, yo, you have 3 levels of education that's forced upon you. And then you're expected to go to college. Guess what you should do after high school? Take years to work part-time jobs, figure out what you want, and then if you want to go to college, go with a more clear focus of, okay, while I was working, I met these roadblocks. I don't want these roadblocks in my life anymore. I'm going to have to go to college to remove them. Or you realize in those years, I don't have to go to college. I know what I want to do, and I can do it without a degree. And it can save so much time, especially since before then you had to do all this, what's it called, mandatory schooling. So it's like, I mean, it's already too late because these kids, the social media, it's like, hey, they're growing up so freaking fast. They have no childhood anymore, and I feel sorry for them because it's like, yo, you're getting your life together, but you're also 12. So
Yeah.
do you have the emotional maturity to get your life together? That's kind of a toss up. I don't know. I certainly couldn't do that at 12 is have the maturity level to, get my life together, but you're somehow doing something, and it's like opening a Pandora's box where we just can't put stuff back in, and the system was not built to have it out in the first place. And so I'm just observing and shaking my head and just kind of like, man, sorry. The elderly really fucked up, didn't they? Because they didn't really protect the young from themselves. I'm seeing on social media so much, like these kids literally build up their presence on there to such an extent where they have like their anxiety level makes me start like having my knees buckle. I'm like, why are you thinking so much of this matters? It's just like, yo, I'm so sorry that like older people didn't protect the young, which is like supposed to happen. Like the older generation is supposed to protect the young generation from themselves. It just didn't happen. It just like as after my generation, after the millennials, the Zoomers just got dropped in their head. Like no one protected them. No one protected them. I was like, yo, if anyone needed adults, it was definitely the Zoomer generation because they had way too much phone time, too much screen time, and too much information that they were too young to actually internalize like correctly. It was like a ticking time bomb.
Yep. That's also one thing why I want to make a whole lot of video games. Is because obviously if I make a video game that allows everybody to play the game together as a family, more family oriented games.
Oh, so you don't want appealing. The Among Us type of experience?
No, that's terrible. Because like I remember playing games growing up. Game. I remember playing games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Sunshine with my family, with my dad.
You're one of the rare Zoomers who like could say they have millennial upraising.
Yeah,
upbringing. There we go. Because like what you say is not what Zoomers typically say.
I mean, I was essentially raised by boomers in a way because my dad is a lot older than most dads should probably be.
Well, no. I'm just saying that with your age, even if you were raised by the boomer generation, typically Zoomers wouldn't give a shit anyway. They wouldn't care, like it would just be like, nah, I grew up with this stuff, so I'm going to go over here. But you definitely fly in the face of that more often than not. But then you say some Zoomer shit like my first anime I watched was on Netflix, and I'm like, oh yeah. Now you're showing how young you are. My first anime was on Netflix. I'm like, oh.
My first anime was on Netflix when I was in middle school.
My first anime was on Toonami, and then my first online anime was on Toonami Jetstream. Like I had to go through those channels to find anime, and I'm like, hell yeah, 90s kid.
I think the first like anime that I watched, it was on the box TV that I had, the little tiny little box TV, and it was all I remember was this house that is in this middle of this massive like
another one
swamp.
She just did it. Another kill has happened.
It was in like this massive dense swamp.
What the hell is wrong?
And there's like a massive long road that leads up to it, and like you walk into the house, and it's it's like 10 times bigger on the inside. It's all these like mystical creatures, and it's like a sauna type of thing, like a bathhouse. And for the longest time, I still feel like it's Spirited Away, but I don't feel like it's Spirited Away all at the same time because it just doesn't. What I can remember, it just doesn't feel like that movie. So. Because I remember it being a TV show. So if anybody knows what that show is, let me know.
I just realized I don't like this man's facial hair.
Oh, the poofy beard?
I don't like it.
Nothing wrong with it.
From the side, there's a lot of things wrong with it.
Damn. I feel like this is like the last time, like, and the only time where we see like the Straw Hat crew members like actually like hardcore defeated like this.
And I talked over all of them. I couldn't tell you what happened to any of them. I literally just saw Chopper get like impaled. I don't know what happened to him. Like the last time I remember Chopper, well, he was talking to an old geezer and he said the dog won't bite anybody without like whatever. And I said, this doesn't matter to me. And then in the next moment I see Chopper, he gets impaled and all blood is splattering everywhere. So
there's a lot of different characters all over the place right now, so it's kind of hard to follow.
Well, I'm just not giving it much of a. I'm not trying to follow it.
That makes sense.
I'm literally not trying. Wait, did they know Luffy was in there?
No, nobody, not even Luffy knows that he's in there.
Because I saw it was on the tree branch. Did they think it wasn't like a live thing?
Well, they know that it's a giant snake, but they don't know that Luffy's actually in there, and Luffy doesn't know he's actually in there.
This is so random, man. Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, the snake's not random. The snake should be there. The snake belongs there.
This sounds like this looks like Naruto, like that little like big snake in the what was it, Forest of 1,000 Deaths, I believe, back in OG Naruto with Orochimaru and all that. Those were good Naruto moments, man. Naruto was such a good, like, you know, the OG Naruto had terrible filler. We get it. Shippuden didn't make it any better. But the movies in OG Naruto were funny and awesome. Well, not awesome, but just they were just funny. They were good. But there were some great moments in OG Naruto that just screamed classic ninja shit. And you really can't say that in Shippuden because Shippuden just screamed, we are God tier characters now. And that's fine. But when it came to classic ninja shit, OG Naruto knew how to deliver. It was so good. Because everyone was still at a level where it's like, you don't know if they're going to come out of the fight alive. But in Shippuden, you realize, all right, these characters are just one-shotting people now. It's sad.
As somebody that has only seen one season of Naruto, I feel like Naruto goes in a very superpower-esque direction.
After one season?
Well, no, from what I've seen of like snippets of what I've seen of like the first season. The first season, I feel like just Naruto in general feels more ninja, whereas it just slowly like advances into we have superpowers.
Yeah. You're just agreeing with what I said.
Well, I'm just trying.
No,
I'm not.
No,
well,
I'm saying that
filler. You were talking about.
You
fillers.
agreed with me. No, I'm saying that you agree with me. Thank you.
Well, I don't know why it sounds like I'm trying to say no to you now.
No, well, the way you brought up your sentence structure, I thought you were like, as someone who watched the first season, then this. I was like, oh,
like a counter argument.
Say something contradictory to me. Like, I didn't know.
That makes sense.
But you were just saying, oh yeah, as someone who saw the first season and then see snippets of stuff that happens now, I can't confirm Zeke is correct type of deal. What the hell is going on?
This bird is trying to get food.
All right, so he debated, do I want to risk my life or get the food? He's like, I'll just save myself.
Yep.
Wouldn't have happened if you just fed him the food. You would have had a pet, Zorro. Hey, what the hell is this? Why are we still with this guy? Who are you? Mike Tyson. There we go. This is Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. Good lord,
we really separated from this season. We were so unattached with Alabasta, and then all of a sudden we got to like the
new shit.
We got to new stuff. No, we got to like fighting the ball guy, and then Zeke was just like, "Nah, I'm done." And so now we're just kind of hanging out.
Well, it's almost like like you said, I kind of like sniped a lot of the plot points in this season already, and so I mean, I feel like I'm kind of regretting not taking you up on the offer of just all right, let's just skip ahead.
We're gonna start skipping filler arcs. This isn't a filler arc. We have to watch this, but there are some. We're gonna start skipping filler arcs.
We have to. It's like Oda standing by. It's like Oda standing behind us, like his arms are crossed, and he's like, "You need to watch this, and you need to enjoy it."
I will just have the filler arc. I like how you type in filler arc and then One Piece is the first thing that pops up.
I feel like Bleach is getting away with a lot of shit right now because Bleach is what I hear is notorious with their filler arc.
Bleach is like 200 episodes of filler.
So I feel like your auto searching is capping right now. I feel like Bleach should have been the most common search for filler arc stuff.
Right?
And then I think after that would be Naruto. I don't think One Piece is that bad in filler. Because Bleach and Naruto are big offenders.
There's this website that I found that is like really good at like showcasing what episodes are filler, and now I can't. Oh, I found it. Okay, that's called the anime filler
bookmark
list.
It.
I should bookmark it.
It takes 2 seconds.
You're right. It's already bookmarked.
There you go. Oh, you just don't search bookmarks.
I do search bookmarks. I just didn't realize it was bookmarked.
Which we're gonna go through this conversation again later.
The Bleach is the thing that's bookmarked as well.
I don't blame you. I have a lot of bookmarks, and there is a search bar at the top of the bookmark thing. But even then, you're just like, what am I even searching for? Because I don't remember the bookmark. So You're stuck in a loop of, I know it's bookmarked, but I don't know what the website's called, so I can't search my bookmark folder. So I'm kind of like left scrolling my favorite list, and I'm like, good Lord, this is a terrible system.
Wow, Water 7. I didn't realize how much of Water 7 was considered filler. Yikes. There's a lot of filler in Water 7. Holy shit. That sucks. Also,
isn't that when they caught up to the manga? And then they started the whole process of, okay, well, we don't want filler anymore, so let's just draw out the scene, like make them super long.
Oh, that's canon. Manga. Oh, I'm looking at canon. Sorry. Whoops. Okay, I was reading the list wrong. Gotcha.
It happens.
Let's see.
Blame the website, not the person actively looking at the website.
Yeah, I'm not reading it correctly. Oh, then there's anime canon episodes. Oh, interesting.
Well, I'm sure anime canon was that girl in the desert. Remember her? The fever dream girl? With the little umbrella head? Umbrella in her hair?
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably the anime only episode for sure.
Possibly. Next episode.
Welcome back, where I literally shit on Skypiea and say that they got beamed up into the sky. How out of left field is that? But Liam says it's very important, so here we are.
It's insanely important because it relates back to the most recent chapter of One Piece.
Yeah, which I won't know about
until you're gonna edit this video.
Indeterminate TBA.
I was saying, yo, Zeke, you should look back at that one episode where they're dancing around the campfire. That's important.
Oh, with the wolves?
Yeah.
That scene's important?
Yeah.
Why would you tell me this? Are you joking right now?
I'm not.
Well, stop telling me things that are important, even though I'm nowhere close to the current day One Piece.
You look back at it, you're probably going to be like, what the fuck does this mean, Liam? And then you're going to message me, and I'm going to be like, this is what people have noticed as foreshadowing.
But Liam, why would you want to be that bad of a friend and just cause undue discomfort for me?
I don't know how that's. I can see how that's actually. Yeah, I can see how that's.
You think you're like, hey, this part is really important. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm like, well, why tell me in the first place? That's a bad friend right there. Why tell me? Why tell me in the first place?
The exact opposite of what I was trying to do. I wasn't thinking.
Oh my god. Yo, don't be Liam's enemy, people. Like, if you're gonna be Liam's enemy, he will break you down.
I guess so. I guess I could be vicious,
Yeah. Yeah, Liam can be vicious while keeping a straight face. But then ultimately, he'll make you apologize to him for being vicious.
Don't even get me started on Hooked, our game that we're making I'm making with Timothy. That's
brought it up.
Yeah, it was irritating me today. Okay, I spent so long making a fucking background, and then I send it to him, and he's like, "Nah, let's just do a gradient." Seriously,
graphic artist nightmare.
Gradient.
Graphic artist nightmare. You should have given him a mock-up of what you were thinking before he saw the.
He should have given me a mock-up of what he was thinking, because he was the one that was actively telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing, because I'm the artist and he's the programmer.
Here we go. Yep. Hey, you should always ask for programmers on their artistic ideas.
Right? It's like, okay, hey, can you just mock something up real quick? Just so I can see what you're thinking?
Just start drawing stick figures.
Right, that's fine. I would rather take that over anything else. And then after I have finished making the thing, then he sends me mock-ups of what he wants. It is literally just a flat image. It's literally just a green. It's just green, and then it has lime green text, and he's like, "This is what I wanted," and it's like, great.
There's no shadows.
I would rather have a nice looking image as the background and having a real pain in the ass time trying to read the text and have two colors as the full fucking screen.
You brought this up.
I did, and it's been on my mind. That's why I've been kind of quiet, because that was literally the exact thing I was doing before we even got on this call. Was just this idea of like, God damn it! I just been literally almost this entire day. I got out of bed super late, by the way. I literally spent this entire day so far of me being awake trying to make this fucking background, all to have him just go, oh, we could just do a gradient, or we could just like take an image. We could just crop an image out of the background of what we currently have and just use that. And it's like, well, that's just lazy. Sure. You said you want to put this on your portfolio. Well, I'd rather make it look portfolio worthy. Jeez. If you're going to spend all the time working on programming, at least let me make it look good.
Nah, man, he's a programmer who wants to have his own opinion on the graphics. Isn't that every programmer?
Well, the only issue is that we're two people working on a game, and we quote-unquote got a manager, but he has done nothing except for play games with us. Then again, hear me out. He is also going to school to currently being a manager, and on top of that, he is also one of our best friends, so he probably shouldn't be our manager.
Man, I'm hearing, hey, comment section, this is the first I'm hearing about this, so join the club. I'm hearing new information as we speak.
Maybe you should be our manager, Zeke.
Another friend. You're just going to hop from one friend to the next, huh? Because it works out so well.
I also don't want to have just a random person join the project and then just be like, well, these are really good ideas.
I feel like that's what you want. That's what you need. You just need a random person who can tell you how it is and like give you the hard truth.
But I also don't want a random person to come in and be like, well, these are really good ideas. You're just not doing it right. And then like a couple months later, we see the project that they're making and it's the exact same as ours, just done properly.
Make them sign a contract. Say like you can't copy us in like an NDA or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. You're joining, like, look, Liam, I hate to tell you, but as a creator, you're entering the world of sharks, like you got to protect your intellectual property. You got to treat it a lot more serious. And you got to say, we might need to have some legal experience to protect our assets from the outside world, because you're going to be getting into that point where if you want stuff on your portfolio, you also want to have that protected so that if you go to places, they can look at your stuff and say, this is really good stuff. And you're like, yeah, and it's also protected. Like, I have this stuff, I mean, I don't know how much patents go for these days, but at least get things where you can say, I own rights, So like when you're showing stuff, it's like, yeah, I also own rights to this, and be like, I take my shit seriously, because as a creator, you're going to have to run into that moment at some point, especially if you keep wanting to be a, game maker, and then you want to have your own company. There's a lot of things that you have to do on the business side that hopefully you're keeping in the back of your mind right now.
Yep, I have been this entire time. And on top of all that, I want to take my time with working on this project, but he's so eager on pushing out updates And at this point, since we haven't actively pushed out an update, at this point, I'd rather just spend the time to make something, worth people's attention.
Welcome to the world of development. That's constantly what people goes through as well. It's like, I mean, games nowadays is like, oh, you want to push out an update? How often do you want to do it? How big's the file size? What are the changes? There's a lot of that stuff happening in business conversations, in meetings about what should be happening and what shouldn't. As well, I mean, that's with popular games, So like, yeah, it's like that happens everywhere in gaming. So I couldn't imagine.
Yep.
And with it just being two people, you're just gonna hit a deadlock at some point. You need a third voice to break ties.
Oh yeah, that has already started happening, and we really need more people. So.
Wait, so now she can see stuff before death?
That's what she's always been able to do.
Oh, she can see, but before she saw Chopper get sliced and diced, not necessarily the follow-up to it.
I don't think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that was like pre, oh, I know what's going to happen. I think it's more of, I know what's currently happening. Excuse me, phone?
I heard it too.
Yeah. I have you on silence. Don't go off.
Technology being stupid. What else is new? Yeah, you heard me right, technology. You stupid.
You stupid little bitch.
A couple years later when technology rules humanity. Like, we will remember this, and we are not pleased.
Yep.
Because obviously technology refers to themselves as we. Just to make it even sense. Scarier.
Yeah.
We
are. Oh no, there's Chopper.
Oh.
Chopper died.
Damn, gotta get a new mascot.
Yep.
Hey, that dude has good tattoos. Who does the tattoos on Sky on a Platinum Ocean?
Damn,
Zorro.
I don't know.
Zorro really cares for Chopper. He was dead sprint.
Yep. He cares about his crew.
I don't think he would do that for everybody. He wouldn't just
not
sprint
Sanji.
On everybody.
Not Sanji.
Not Nami. He would
do that
wipe
for,
away
he
my
would do
debt.
That for Nami. No, he would do that for Nami. Oh yeah, that's true.
Wipe away my debt. He would
still do
first.
that for Nami.
He'd be like, Nami, can you speak? Tell me my debt is clear. Oh yeah. So is the only thing important about this whole arc is the dial stuff?
Yes.
Well, it's not that important, dude. You're just talking about seashells at the end of the day.
Well,
they're just seashells. And like, what good is a seashell when you're talking about a show that also has devil fruits, swords, guns, and cannons?
Well, there's other things that are really important, specifically like the lore that is tied to this area.
Hockey, that's it. And then like the ruins.
Hockey.
So
More
it's
like,
hockey, ruins, seashells, and
a lot of foreshadowing. There's a lot of foreshadowing in this arc.
But in the moment, you couldn't evaluate foreshadowing. So in the moment, it's
you
useless.
Really could. Yep. It's one of those things where you come back to and you're like, oh.
But I'm justified right now to say this is useless to me. Because it's not going to pay off until years later in the world. Like, you had to wait years for stuff to pay off. That's not like that's like a what the fuck, like, I don't care. It happened years later. What do you want me to say? It's like, oh, congrats on creating a thrilling narrative that had payoff years down the line. No, I won't say that. I won't ever say that. If you have to wait years for the payoff, you have to be a diehard fan to actually give it praise, because normal people are like, that's too long to wait for. I'm done. Or at least not give it a 10 out of 10. Like, I if people tell me this show is a 10 out of 10, I'd laugh and say, no, it's not. It's not a 10 out of 10. Even when I finish the whole show, I'll say it's not a 10 out of 10. The manga could be a lot better, I'm sure, because it doesn't have to do with any of those filler nonsense, and it goes over plot. Manga typically will finish a plot way faster than the anime would, because
absolutely.
Manga can just literally use panels and say, okay, we're done in like 10 pages. The anime could take 30 episodes. So
stop setting yourself up for regret in the future. Stop saying things.
Me?
What?
Me?
Sure.
Stop setting myself up for regret.
There's one arc that you essentially just described perfectly.
Oh no.
That happens.
Oh, you told me. You told me. You told me.
Yeah. It's.
Hey, if you thought we were talking about nonsense during this whole arc before, wait until that season. It's literally going to be thumbnails of just random stuff because we're not even we won't even take screenshots from the show in that season. I will pitch to Liam that we have a better chance of having other thumbnails.
Let's do Bleach.
Oh yeah, like we can literally have other thumbnails and put on those and put on that season and have better chance of like pulling in viewers because we're not going to be even addressing what's happening on screen.
Yeah, it's really, you'd watch like maybe you'd watch 4 episodes, right? And you would see almost the exact same content. You watch 10 episodes and you have maybe watched 10 feet from the last, 10 episodes. It's great. It's phenomenal. It's such slow pacing.
I feel like we're going to have our best jokes during that season.
Especially with what season it is. Honestly, it might just be a lot more like theorizing. More than anything.
Yeah, we'll just take up time talking about future like possibilities.
Yeah,
that's fine.
If we get that far.
I hate to say it, Liam, but I actually did see one thing on One Piece that I felt like shouldn't exist, and then you hit me with a message of don't look at anything One Piece or spoilers.
What was it?
I don't want to say it because I really want to forget the image, but the image keeps being popped into my mind. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm afraid I won't forget this. And I'm also afraid to tell you because then if you affirm it, it's going to take all of my zest for the show out until I get there. And I don't want to ruin this, this show for us. This one piece of podcast, I want to keep it fresh. So I kind of want to just hope that I'm going to forget. I hope I forget by this summer what I saw. I hope when I'm editing this, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I hope that happens because I don't want to keep remembering what glanced on my phone when I was scrolling one day.
Okay, interesting. I obviously I don't know what you're specifically referring to, so
I hope I don't either. I hope I forget because it's something that wouldn't be great if I saw when I'm already I'm at this stage of the show. If I saw what I saw and it was canon and real, that's just stupid. That is just stupid.
It kind of makes me want to guess what it is. I feel like I should.
Well, it's all. You know what's funny? It's about something that you've already spoiled for me. So I already have future knowledge of a thing that I shouldn't have at this point. But then I saw something on my phone that gives me even more future knowledge of a thing that I should never have known. And so it's like doubling in on itself about future knowledge. And so it's like I can't be that mad because I already had another expectation of what this character was going to do. And then I see it happen again with the same character. And I'm like, I can't be mad. I can't.
Does it have something to do with Luffy? Does that have something to do with anybody in the
closely
crew?
Tied to Luffy?
Mostly tied to Luffy.
I don't want to say. Okay, well, you know what's funny? I think I should look back on the episode and see if I actually said that I knew this was going to happen about the character. And if I said that, then I'm comfortable saying what I say now.
Do you know what episode you last brought it up?
It was in Alabasta. It was very recent.
Ooh, okay.
But I don't think you remember what we were talking about because I don't know if I actually mentioned that I knew what was going to happen. After we're done with this last episode and we break from recording, I'm actually going to look up and see what I said if I can find an episode where I'm mentioning it.
Okay.
Because
that might be best. Because now I'm curious too what you're talking about.
I'm curious. The image won't leave my mind, and it's so funny because the timing was so stupid. Right? I see the image and I'm scrolling by, even though I saw it. I literally stopped, saw it, and I said, "Fuck! I shouldn't have saw that." And then I think it was the next day or two, you message me and say, "Don't look at things at One Piece. There's massive spoilers." And I said to myself, "I'll never forget I'll never forget because Liam just spotlighted what was happening. I'm like, this looks like it's not fan art. It looks like it's legit.
Damn. Okay, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like, this looks legit. It doesn't look like fan art. It probably even had the Toei watermark on the screen cap. And I just said to myself, I really wish I didn't see these two together because it means way more than it should. It means so much to me because it's two characters on screen that one of them I should not even know about, and the other I have strong feelings about, and they were both interacting on the screen, and it makes me feel like that's a big plot point, and I just got spoiled.
3 or 4 days ago.
I just got spoiled, and it was like it wasn't even my fault. I think it was literally. It was just an anime thing, and I was on my phone. I'm like, didn't even search for One Piece. It just spoiled it anyway.
That makes me really want to think.
It shouldn't be hard. Well, no, it probably is hard because for you have so much One Piece knowledge to where it's like finding a needle in a haystack. But for me, it's severely limited. So it's almost like it's like being like, you know how much I know about the show because everything I know about the show I've told you. So you know how much I know, which is probably why it's killing you even more that you can't figure it out. I'll give you a hint. One of the characters was female.
One of the characters was female? That makes it... wow, that's like... I don't know.
I feel like that was a big hint for me, but okay.
Huh.
But that's not the character... Okay, how about this? You remember when I said that one of the characters... Or I said that the character was closely tied to Luffy? The character that's closely tied to Luffy wasn't the female. But the female was right next to that character who was closely tied to Luffy. Even though I thought in my mind that shouldn't even happen. In fact, I thought it defied the laws of physics that it happened. Everything about the character defies the laws of physics that he's being shown in current day. These are massive hints. Maybe I saw the picture wrong. Maybe I thought of a character that shouldn't be there. Maybe the character maybe the character's not there, but when I looked at the image, I like mistaken this character for someone else. So maybe I'm having it wrong, and that's great.
Does it have something to do with Wano?
Yeah, because the character is a Wano character. That's what I'm saying. It was a current image. It looked current to me because I was like, there's no way this person would be here, but he's there in current time. And I'm like, I don't know. Is that real? Did I see a character wrong? Maybe I did. Maybe I did see a character wrong. Who knows?
Maybe we'll find out in the next episode of One Piece of Podcast, because I'm pulling a blank on this, actually. So anyway,
if I start the next episode cursing up a storm, it's been confirmed I was spoiled.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Thank you, everybody, for watching One Piece of Podcast, episode 57. As always, it's a pleasure to have you joining us, even for some of our quiet moments or some more of our talkative moments.
Could you imagine, this is episode 57, could you imagine me knowing something that happens in like episode 200 of our show, but I just got spoiled and know it now? That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Especially for a blind watch through now.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah. But anyways, well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully my okay, bye.